have discussed various aspects of this school education intentionally. Now you can have the idea with the higher educations. So most of the participants are from the pharmacy, MCA, MBA, engineering, or polytechnic. So you can understand easily what exactly the part 2 is there that is related to the higher education. Under that, 9th point is quality universities and colleges, a new and forward-looking vision for India's higher education system. So under these higher education systems, the different points they have mentioned, that is, it is essential that an identified set of skills and values will be incorporated at each stage of learning from preschool to higher education. And there are some major problems are also there in the current system. That is why we are going to change the different points or some key changes to be incorporated in the NEP 2020 systems. And we will discuss all the things in the next slides. So the 10th point is institutional restructuring and consolidation. That is, nowadays, if you observe the points, that is the college level, normally less than 3,000 students are there. And in this case, this institutional restructuring and consolidation point, they are going to have more than 3,000 students in a single college or the university. That is called as large multidisciplinary universities or colleges. And it is HEI cluster. So we have discussed about the school cluster. Now it is higher education institution cluster, HEI cluster. So in this HEI cluster, at least 3,000 plus students should be there. That is the main aim of this 10th point. And with reference to that, you can refer the different skills from the activities, from the Takshashila, Nalanda, etc., what we have discussed in the first slide. So our focus should be at the research intensive universities and teaching intensive universities. So there may be three kinds of colleges or institutions. So one may be research intensive, second may be teaching intensive, and third may be a college or it is autonomous degree granting college. So there are different skills should be incorporated, all these in the colleges, and we have to follow all the accreditation practices like NBA and NAC. But now in the NEP 2020, there is only one body who is going to give the accreditation part, who is going to design the structure or the formats or the points which is required for the accreditations. So by 2040, all higher education institutions shall aim to become multidisciplinary institutions. Please note that in the with reference to the 10.7, we have to go for this higher education institution, that is nothing but the multidisciplinary institution by 2040. So in the first part, on the first stage, at least 50% should go for before the 2030. Normally up to 2035, 50 to 75, and then from 2035 to say 40, 100% goal is there. So up to 2040, all the colleges or the professional institutes are going to convert into the multidisciplinary university or colleges. Then they are also have given the option like open distance learning and online programs also. So you can learn from all these activities or different platform also. So nowadays, whatever we have used the wording like deemed university, affiliating university, affiliating technical university, unitary university, etc. So all these terminologies are going to replace by a simple word, that is university. So that is the main change under this 10th point. Then in the 11th point, towards a more holistic and multidisciplinary education. So we already discussed about what exactly the holistic education is. That is in the school education. Related to that only, the holistic education in the college level now. So in this point, the main focus is multidisciplinary universities. So higher education significantly contributes to the sustainable livelihood and economic development. So policy envisions HES must be a holistic and multidisciplinary education, aim to develop all capacities of human beings, intellectual, aesthetic, social, physical, emotional, and moral in an integrated manner. So integration is there in the school education also. We have discussed about the sport integration, art integration, etc. In the same way, here also the integration is there. Then policy envisions HES must aim to develop individual and society. So at the individual level, good, thoughtful, well-rounded, creative individuals, character, ethical, constitutional values, intellectual curiosity, scientific temper, creativity, spirit of service, capabilities across a range of disciplines, humanities, languages, as well as the professional and technical and vocational subjects. In a simple term, whatever the concept of Guruji or Shikshak was there in few years ago, that the same concept and the same philosophy is there for the individual level, but with higher education. Then society level, that is the basic for the knowledge creation, innovation, thereby contributing to a growing national economy, vibrant, socially engaged, cooperative communities, and a happier, cohesive, cultured, productive, innovative, progressive, and prosperous nation. So these are the individual and social level requirements from the teacher also. Then policy envisions complete the overall and re-energizing of HES to deliver high quality higher education with the quality and inclusions. So why these multidisciplinary universities and colleges are there? Because there are some problems in the current education policy. So problem may be a severely fragmented higher educational ecosystems, a rigid separation of disciplines, because nowadays we are calling this is a pharmacy, this is engineering, this is polytechnic, this is agriculture, this is MCA, this is MBA, and under that again, this is mechanical engineering, this is chemical engineering, this is civil engineering, likewise. So we are separating these disciplines rigidly. So with early specialization and streaming of students into narrow areas of study. So I'm a chemical engineer, I'm not going to study mechanical or computer or IT, etc. Limited access, particularly in social, economically disadvantageous area. So we already discussed SDGs 4, that is goal 4, agenda of 2030, with few HEIs that teach in local languages, limited teacher and institutional autonomy. So teachers are also limited and some languages are also compulsory. Normally the English language is compulsory. Very few colleges have some local language. Then some silos, that is fragmentation, 800 universities and approximately 40,000 colleges. Over 40% of all colleges in the country run only a single program. In fact, over 20% of colleges have enrollment below 100, while only 4% of colleges have enrollment over 3,000 plus. Means only with reference to this target of the NEP 2020, that is called as HEI complex, only 4% colleges are eligible. Then too much early specialization and streaming of students with rigid boundaries of disciplines and fields. Then lesser emphasis on the research at most universities and colleges, and lack of competitive peer review research, funding across the disciplines, large number of affiliating universities resulting in low standards of undergraduate educations. So research is another problem, and low qualities or low standards is another problem. Then what is MDU? That is multidisciplinary universities. So under that, a new concept of higher education institute is there, that is called as HEI, a university or a college. A university will mean a multidisciplinary institution of higher learning that offers undergraduate and graduate programs with high quality teaching, research and community engagement and support of school education. So this will allow a spectrum of institutions. So there are three types of HEIs. First is research intensive, second is teaching intensive universities, and third one is college. So by 2030, one large MDHEI in each district, and by 2040, all to be MDHEI. We have already discussed that. So type 1, that is research intensive. The name itself clearly indicate that it is research focused university. So equal focus on research and teaching, cutting edge, path breaking research for the new knowledge creation, offering the highest quality teaching across undergraduate, master's, PhD programs, and 3,000 students plus could be go to the 25,000 plus. That is for the research intensive universities. And ODL online platform are already available for all the colleges and universities. Then teaching intensive universities, that is focused primarily on high quality teaching across the disciplines and programs, significant contribution to cutting edge research, offering the highest quality teaching across undergraduate, master, PhD programs, and at least 3,000 students should be target. ODL and online platforms are available for this university also. Then in the same way, college, that is an autonomous degree granting college, AC, a large multidisciplinary institution of higher learning, primarily focused on the undergraduate teaching, but that will not be a restrictions. So smaller than a typical university, not 25,000, it is from ranging from 5 to 10,000 only. So these are the 3 types of HEIs under this NEP 2020. So these 3 boards types of institution are not rigid. Everything is flexible on a continuous basis. HEI will have the autonomy and freedom to move gradually from one category to another based on their plans, actions, and effectiveness, community engagement and service contribution to various fields of practice, faculty development for the higher education systems, and support to school educations. So these colleges encouraged, mentored, supported, and incentivized to gradually to attain the minimum benchmarks required to each level of accreditation. So focus is accreditation. For that purpose, we have to go for all these activities. Graded autonomy to colleges through a transparent systems of graded accreditation over a period of time. Every college would develop into either an autonomous degree granting college, that is AC, or a constituent college or a university. So we have to go for this one of the option from 3. So what are the envisioned key changes? Moving towards large multidisciplinary universities and colleges with at least one or near every district. So at least one MDU is there in the district. That is the aim. Then HEIs across the India offering medium of instruction. That may be a local language, that may be an Indian language. That is another key change. Nowadays also AICTE has allow you to go for the local language or national language for disciplines like mechanical engineering in Marathi, mechanical engineering in Hindi, or some other programs. Then moving towards a more holistic and multidisciplinary learning, Takshashila and Nalanda, we have already discussed that. Establishing a new world-class model. So that is at global level, that is the important part. And for that purpose, model universities, that is Meru, multidisciplinary education and research at par with IITs, IIMs to be set up. So that is another target. So IITs and IIMs also are incorporated into this Meru. So at the level of IITs, these Merus are formed in near future. So phasing out the single stream HEIs, break down the harmful silos, moving towards the faculty and institutional autonomies. So these are the different key changes. Revamping curriculum, we have to change now curriculum, pedagogy, assessment techniques, student support, enhanced student experiences, institutional development plans, establishment of National Research Foundation, that is another key change. NRF ranking will be mandatory for this HEI. Then peer review research, actively seed research in universities and colleges. Then governance of HEIs by high qualified independent boards having academic and administrative autonomy, light but tight. So that is another key change. So the regulations are light, but they are tight. Means flexibility is there. You can go for the ODL platform. You can go for the online platform. You can go for the local languages, multi-languages. You can select the subject as per your choice, etc. All these things are from the light, but If you don't cover all these things, if you don't learn all these skills, if you don't pass this test, then you don't have any certificate. That is the tight rule. So that is also applicable for the teachers also, because teachers are also going for the test or some specific education. So increase access, equity, and inclusion through a range of measures, including online and open distance. So some features of this MDU are innovative curricula and credit-based courses, flexibility in all these things, that is multi-entry and multi-exits, because students can enter at any level, students can exit from any level. Revised choice-based credit systems and academic bank of credit system is also incorporated. Emphasis on the integrated and holistic personality development. Then increase emphasis on pedagogy, criteria-based comprehensive evaluation, continuous assessment. Then arts, humanities, and liberal arts integration with the STEM, industry research organization engagement, community engaged projects and services, opportunities for the internship with local industry, business, artist, crafts, persons, as well as research internship, etc. Then there are 1, 2, 3, 4 years. That is 1 year. If you complete 1 year of multidisciplinary education, then you get certificate. After 2 years, you get diploma. After 3 years, you get a UG, that is undergraduate certificate. And after 4 years, UG with research. So these are the criteria for the UG. Then PG program may be of 1 year or 2 years. Integrated 5 years bachelor or master degree program is also available. And for PhD, PG or 4 years UG with research. So these are the different options will be available under this MDU.